Hello my dear kids, hope you all are doing well. Today we are going to do another very easy mathematics lesson. Let's start the lesson now. Unit 5, Subtraction. So kids, today we are going to learn about subtraction. Now here I have given you very simple memory sums. Let's try these answers. 8 minus 2. Can you find out the answer? 8 minus 2 is 6. 5 minus 1, 4. 6 minus 4 is 2. So can you see kids, when you subtract two numbers, always the value is decreasing. So let's learn how to solve subtraction sums. Let's see our vault. What are we learning today? Subtraction of 4-digit numbers, and we are going to learn how to write statements. So kids, subtraction is the opposite of addition. Now here you can see a very simple sum. 1 plus 1 is 2. That is addition. If you subtract 2 from 1, once again you get 1. So it becomes subtraction is the opposite of addition. But in subtraction, the value is always decreasing. So kids, when you are doing subtraction sums, the words like this: difference, left, less than, minus, these words are really important. These words also give the same meaning, which means you need to subtract. Let's do our first sum, subtraction of numbers. Here I have given you a 4-digit number. So you have 4 place values: units, tens, hundreds and thousands. Shall we read the given number? The first number is 8,489. Second number is 5,327. So 8,489 is bigger than 5,327. So I wrote that number first because I am going to subtract. So from the first bigger number, you are going to subtract or else take away the smaller number. So kids, as we have done in our addition sums, here also you have to start your subtraction from the units column. 9 minus 7, 2. 8 minus 2, 6. 4 minus 3, 1. 8 minus 5, 3. Now you got the answer as 3,162. Can you see I placed the minus sign? So that is really important. So kids, if you add the answer and the second number together, you can check whether your answer is correct. Let's try out it. Now I have given the answer in green color. And our second number is 5,327. Let's add 7 plus 2 is 9. Can you see in your first number under the unit column you got 9. 6 plus 2, 6, 7, 8. 8 is there. 3 plus 1, 4 is there. 5 plus 3, 8 is there. So when you add your answer and your second number together, if you get the first number, that means your answer is correct. Let's try out this sum. So this is little tricky, not like the earlier one. Let's try it. 9,268 minus 3,575. I placed the bigger number 9,268 in the first position. And I wrote the second number just down below the bigger number. Let's start our subtraction from the units column. 8 minus 5 is 3. Now see the tens column. 6 minus 7. So 7 is bigger than 6. Can you take away a bigger number from a smaller value? No, you can't. So because of that, let's go to the hundreds place and we'll borrow 1 from the hundreds place. See, I have shown you an arrow which is coming from hundreds and taking 1 also to the tens column. Now 6 is not there anymore. Instead, we have 16. Now 16 minus 7 is 9. Now in the hundreds column also there's a little change. What happened to the 2? Now from that 2 I have taken 1. So now I don't have 2 anymore there. Instead I have 1, which I shown with red. Now can you take away 5 from 1? No. Once again 5 is bigger than 1. So let's go to the thousands column. 1000 is having 9. Let's take 1 from there. I showed it with blue. Now instead of 1 I have 11 with me. So 11 minus 5 is 6. Now in the thousands place also there's a little change. 9 is not there anymore. You have given 1. So you have 8 there. 8 minus 3 is 5. So kids, when you can't subtract the bigger numbers from a given smaller number, always you need to go to the next place and borrow 1. So practice these kind of sums until you get the fluency. Now here I have given you another sum which is much similar to the earlier. 4903 minus 2894. Let's try it out. So 3 minus 4 you can't. Go to the tens column. Here you have 0. Then once again you can't take 1 from 0. Now go to the next column. Hundreds. Yes, you have 9 there. So from 9 I am taking 1. So I can't take it straight away to units. I have to first go to tens and 0 becomes 10 now. Now I am taking 1 from that 10 to the units. So now my units column I have 13. Tens column I have 10, which I have taken 1 from that 10. So now I have 9 there. Hundreds column I have only 8 now. Units column 13, tens column 9, hundreds column 8. How it happened? Here I didn't show you the arrowheads because now you have to think with the teacher. So units 3 minus 4 you can't do that. Go to the tens. Tens is empty because you have 0 there. Go to the hundreds. Take 1 from the hundreds and take it to the tens first. So that 0 becomes 10. Now give 1 from that tens to the units. So unit becomes 13 while tens column becomes 9 and 100 becomes 8. So 13 minus 4 is 9. Now in the tens you have 9. 9 minus 9 is 0. Hundreds you have 8 because you have given 1. So 8 minus 8 is 0. 4 minus 2 is 2. So your answer is 2009. Now let's write statements. Now kids, in statement questions, subtraction statements, there are few words which we have already discussed about. The words like difference, then left, remaining, sold. These kind of words we need to use when you are writing statements. These are very common words in subtraction sums. So here the word problem is given. Let's read it. Now you know you need to read it at least 3 times. First read it. Second reading you underline the important words. Third reading try to pick out the statements from the question itself. At a school concert, 1000 tickets were printed. 756 tickets were sold. How many tickets were unsold? So the question is about something unsold. At a school concert, how many tickets were printed? 1000 tickets were printed. and 756 were sold. So now we had 1000 and we given away 756. So you need to find the number of tickets remaining now, which means unsold. So let's write the statements. Number of tickets printed. See, the same words are given in the question. 1000. Number of tickets sold. 756. I place the minus sign. Then number of tickets unsold. Once again the word is given there. See, I underlined it, and that is the important word there, which shows that the sum is to subtract. So the answer is 244. Here I have given you another sum. This time the question is in another format. So here I have given you a little table. So you have to refer to the table and read it, and you have to pick out the important facts. Let's read it. The sales of newspapers for 5 days of the week is given below. Now kids, in this table you have 2 columns, days and sales of newspapers. And see the rows, days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday and Friday. You have 6 rows. So Monday 2845 newspapers were sold, and Tuesday 3002, and least number of sales on Wednesday 957. Now let's move on to the questions based on this table. The question is this: how many more newspapers were sold on Monday than Thursday? Now see the important words here: more and than. More than. How many more newspapers were sold on Monday than Thursday? So kids, when you have this word more than, that means that is a kind of a comparison. You are going to compare the sales of Monday and Thursday, and you are going to find out how many more newspapers were sold on Monday than Thursday. Now Monday, how many newspapers? Read this table. I have given that here also. Monday 2845. Thursday 1250. So the difference between these two sales gives you the number of more newspapers sold on Monday than Thursday. So see the statements. Number of newspapers sold on Monday 2845. Number of newspapers sold on Thursday 1250. I placed the minus sign. Now see the last statement. Now here you need to write a very clear statement. The 2 words given in the question, more than, I used it. Number of more newspapers sold on Monday than Thursday. Now subtract. 5 minus 0, 5. 4 minus 5 can't take 1. 14 minus 5, 9. 8 is not there anymore. 7 minus 2, 5. 2 minus 1 is 1. So the answer is 1595. So kids, today you have learned another very easy lesson, subtraction. We learned how to solve subtraction sums, very straightforward sums, and then we learned how to write statements, the words like difference, left, these kind of words, and we learned how to read a given table and write statements. So you can do the relevant statement questions and all the other sums posted in your website. I'll meet you again with another interesting maths lesson. Till then, stay safe. Thank you.